To our podcast called The Dark World Beyond. Today we have with us Ella Mitro and
Sage Batista.
So we're going to talk about our favorite parts. My favorite line was, Al's too big for the body bag. Someone has brought a large bag to put the body in, but it's too small. This was on page 303 and 304. So basically, what was happening was they were all in their second stage of initiation. And Al was really feeling the pressure. He didn't have a lot of friends. He was just so stressed and hated it. So instead of choosing to be factionless, he'd rather jump into the chasm and kill himself, which he did. So, Sage?
My favorite line from the book was when it said, takes one of the paintball guns from the gun and squeezes it between his thumbs and index finger. And this is on page 155. So basically, this proves that they don't have a lot of freedom, and they're living in Dauntless, so they're really strict. They have to learn how to fight and everything. And nothing they do is really that fun. I mean, it's super fun, but they kind of have to make it fun. So, like, some things to do is they'll zip line, they'll jump off of buildings, they'll parachute, they'll do everything crazy, but they're always being controlled. So, like, in this point, they were kind of, like, having some fun. Like, they were squeezing the paintball guns. They were just kind of having some fun, and that's what they kind of have to make out of all their days when they're being controlled.
Right, so to add on to what Sage is saying, like, they don't get the freedom during the day, but at night, they can make it as fun as they want. All right, we're going to take some calls.
Okay, so let's get it going. So, that a lot of people ask, but we never really get to it. So basically, to get into anything, you must cut your arm with a knife and let the blood that comes out drip into either like sand or water or whatever represents your faction. And basically, when you get into Dauntless, you have to take a train, and once you get there, the train doesn't stop. It keeps going, and like it's super intense. You got to jump off the train, then you go there, and you go to this like, it's almost like a roof or like a cliff, and you must jump off of it. And it's no like 2 feet, like it's big. And like you have to jump off of it, and there's like other things you have to do just to get accepted. And if you don't get accepted, or like you're not strong enough or like brave enough, you will be sent out and will become factionless. So let's hear Ella's.
Okay, so to add on to what Sage is saying, they also, if they're feeling that you're just getting really weak, they'll have you hang onto a rail that is over a chasm for 5 minutes, and water comes up and hits you, makes you slip. They are staring at you, watching you, and it just really determines, are you worthy? And that is what you have to do if they're not thinking you're worth it anymore. Probably get that voice thing checked out, maybe go to a speech doctor. But, so, to answer her question, Sage is going to talk about the test, and I will talk about the simulation. So, Sage, what do you think?
I mean, I kind of really love this book, and also how the test works is it's really nerve-wracking. And if you've seen, like, the latest movie, it's kind of like that one almost. But basically, so you're sitting in, like, this big cafeteria with all the kids, and, like, two go in. There's, like, separate rooms. And basically, it's no, like, written paper test. Like, I mean, it's kind of scary. Like, you sit, and, like, they plug in all those, like, things to your head and everything. And, like, you kind of, like, go to sleep. It's kind of, like, in your imagination almost. And they ask you some questions. And then there's this one part, which I found was really interesting. Maybe you found something else. But there was, like, a dog. And they got to choose, like, the cheese or the knife. And one person didn't choose anything. And basically, they were like, they're going to die. Because, like, if you don't choose something, like, those are, like, the cheese and the knife are both ways to succeed. But then they're like, they're not going to make it. Like, they didn't choose either. But then they made it through. They got the dog. They got the dog. They got the little girl and everything. And everything was all good. And then they declared divergent. And she couldn't tell her parents or anything. So that was, like, the worst part.
Right.
So, yeah.
So I agree with what Sage is saying. And for her other part of the question, which was, what do they do in the simulation? So basically, part of the test is the simulation, but they hook you in to they have these little points that go on your head.
Like the suction.
Yeah, the
cuppy
suction
thingies.
cups that go on your head, and you sit in a chair, and I don't know, there's some kind of serum, they give you a shot into your neck, that it's a serum that makes you see your worst fear occurring in life, and you have to figure out how to get out of it.
I can't imagine
the
that happening.
fastest you can. So one of the examples is Triss had one where she was in a big glass tower. Okay, everyone was outside of it, and water was coming up as higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, choking her every minute, and everyone was watching her and laughing at her. And she had to figure out how to break the glass. Now, she has something special because she's divergent, and she was able to manipulate the simulation, which no one else can do, and she broke the glass in 35 seconds.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
that was one of the questions, but I think we have more time, so we're going to take another call.
Hey there, it's me, Demetrius, from Oklahoma. And I'm wondering, because I read this book and I'm a little confused, what do you do on visiting day?
That's a great question. I'm sorry, the phone didn't ring.
Thank you.
That's a little late phone, but we can still answer it. So basically, what is your take? Because like my take.
Sorry, there are wild ducks outside. Okay, so Sage is going to talk about what they do on visiting day mostly, and I'm going to talk about probably how their parents, relating to their parents, how they feel. Mostly Triss, because she switched
to Dauntless.
factions. So Sage, what do you think?
I mean, if I were Triss or anyone that had switched a faction, I would be terrified because you're no longer living with your family, and also your family is like a lot of parents. The sad part is a lot of parents don't even show up because like their kids have totally abandoned them, as they said. So like, I mean, on visiting day, some parents can show up if they want to, but basically they come in, they say hi, see around the place, talk and everything. But like, I mean, I would be totally freaked out if I was Triss. And like some parents come in there really mad and like
Ready to get their revenge.
Yup, it's pretty hard.
All right, so relating to Triss and the parents right now, so I'm going to explain Triss's situation. So again, she came from a family of abnegation.
And she switched to Dauntless.
Right, so
and
I'm
her
going to
brother
relate.
switched too.
Right, I'm going to relate to how her parents were probably feeling. So Triss didn't think anyone was going to show up, but her mom came. She was so happy. She started crying. She was so happy. She missed her so much. And she asked, "Mom, where is Dad?" And her mom said, your dad was busy. Triss thought, oh, wow, he is so mad at me right now. He hates my guts. And Triss asked, are you going to go visit her brother Caleb? And they said no, they don't want any other visitors except you could go. But anyways, so her mom started asking her questions about this, and oh, did you find this and this and this? Oh, and did you find this entry, and what strategies did you use? And
like I like that part of the book because like that was like kind of Demon said no, but like that's kind of like the movie endings almost.
So Triss was thinking, how would she know this?
Yeah.
Her mom was Dauntless.
Boom.
Mind blown.
I mean, like, that was, like, a really deep part in the book. And, like, that's kind of hard to understand. Like, who knew that her mom used to be Dauntless? And, like, I can only imagine Triss. Because, like, I mean, she's like, how in the world does my mom know this? Like, she's not the same faction. And, yeah, it's like, she was like, you have to do it. And, like, that's kind of like a movie type thing. So that was kind of scary.
So